Folks, alrighty, folks, welcome to another episode of the Marked for Life Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jeff Bailey.
And I'm Jerry Jones. What is up?
Jerry keeping it on the down low on the tonight.
A little quiet storm, a little late night jazz action.
A little late night action. Here we go. What do you think of tonight's Dynamite, man? Monstrous announcement from Mr. Tony Khan.
I mean,
big things. The New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view was announced.
It's one of those things, even though you kind of knew it was coming, it's still pretty awesome.
It's amazing. Huge news. But before we get too far into the whole thing here to go, let's V-trigger the old subscribe. Drop a top rope elbow. Yeah. On the old likes. Hit that bell and we'll let you know when we're doing something on the old podcast here. And but this thing kicks right off with CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes. And this is can you believe this is the first time they've ever wrestled?
I found that hard to believe. Like I couldn't believe it. I'm like, never? Ever.
Besides some crazy old timers match where somehow I think Punk was wrestling with like a bunch of old timers and Dusty was wrestling like with his dad in like Florida in an indie show.
Yeah.
A long time ago. This is the actual first time they've ever wrestled.
I got to tell you, man, I enjoyed this match because it reminded me of the old school matches I used to go to at Memorial Hall back in the territory days. I mean, it took me back.
This is a classic, dude.
Yeah.
And Dustin wrestled. This is some mat wrestling, They didn't go too crazy. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And neither guy was able to get off their actual finishing move or anything. And this ended in a classic pinning, leverage pin.
Yeah. I feel like this was an homage to old school professional wrestling. Not a whole lot of glitz, not a whole lot of, flash. It was just good mat wrestling.
A lot of arm drags.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
A lot of arm drags, a lot of hip toss.
Yeah.
A lot of arm drag reversal.
Yeah.
But I liked it. This is good. I mean, and then Punk, no doubtly, says exactly what is on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hangman walks out and obliges us and says, all right, I guess this is what you want?
I mean, this is the Hangman we've been asking for, right?
This is kind of hoped for,
and not to get too far ahead, but I don't think it's a coincidence that we started to get this Hangman not too long of a time before one William Regal shows up in AEW. I'm just saying, this isn't the Tesla driving.
You might be onto something, Jerry.
Anna Page. I'm just saying, I wouldn't surprise me if Lord Regal may have pulled him aside and said, "Hey, yeah,
let's get after this. Let's prove you the champion here, pal."
Right.
And after this, speaking of Mr. Regal, I think actually we got to see Wardlow arriving at the now cuffed. Wardlow is now cuffed before he goes to the ring. Before he even gets in the building, has to change in a closet or a shed or something. Your closet, your dressing room.
I got to tell you, man, smart Mark Sterling is quickly becoming my favorite character in all of AEW. I love that guy.
The wormy smarm. He's become the smarmiest worm, and it's good though, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh man.
This is it's pretty nasty. But then Lord Regal's Blackpool Combat Club comes out and murders Brock Anderson, Dante Martin, and Lee Moriarty.
What did you think of the ring entrances of Danielson and Wheeler Yuta?
I like it.
Different
I like to come out different tunnels.
Yeah.
This is kind of in the fact that I like that Wheeler comes out the babyface tunnel, Danielson comes out the heel tunnel, Mox comes out of the crowd. You know, I like that they're a complete tweener group that does clearly whatever they want now.
Yeah.
And Lee Moriarty is the guy that actually gets in some offense here, and he's been kind of talked about as the guy. Maybe he could be part of this whole thing.
Well, yeah, I was wondering about that, but then I was like, Dante, maybe? Like,
where's Darius?
Yeah,
Darius injured again?
He must be injured again because he's nowhere to be found. And
if Darius is injured again, my God, what bad luck, my dude. You've got to learn to get healthier or something.
Get healthier, but man, and it sucks because I'm like, finally, Top Flight's back together. I feel like they've been having some challenges finding the right way to use Dante or to promote it. But look, I mean, I would love to see him with a faction like, the
Black Combat Club.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think Lee Moriarty, and I didn't realize Lee was from Pittsburgh. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, yes,
yeah, but they gave him some good spots for him tonight.
I liked it. I like Wheeler's got some new trunks.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a little upgrade. And like I said, I liked the finish with all of them in there, just beating the tar out of the other guys, and before Moxley just paradigm shifts that guy's brain through the mat. That was
Dante sells.
He has learned to throw that DDT just incredibly well.
Yeah, and Dante sold it so well.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I love that kid.
He is something special.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Elite have a little thing, and basically we've all lost. We got to get it together. Of course, they have to lash out at Landon Cutler.
Landon. Yeah, the Undisputed Elite, they're in a rut right now, man. They're kind of, I don't know, it's almost like they're rudderless.
Kyle O'Reilly steps up though.
Man.
And Adam Cole is stepping up. He is going to be in the tournament as well. But wow, we get the huge announcement with the Forbidden Door. AEW President Tony Khan comes out, introduces New Japan President.
Yeah.
And they announce the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Well, Adam Cole takes it upon himself to announce the Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
Yeah. That was kind of cool. I did kind of like that. Fun. Yeah.
And then Switchblade comes out.
Man.
And snags the mic for Tony. And what do you think of this? I thought it was a little. Tony's clearly not much of a. He's not Vince McMahon when it comes to being a character. No. When it comes to being a character.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like that. It was a little, I mean, I was just so excited for the news. I didn't think the spot was that. It could have been tighter. But I mean, definitely. Just the news. It's at that point, I was so excited for the news that I didn't really care about how jinky the ending of that whole spot was. But this is big. It's huge. Big. This is
just the wish list of matches. For a lot of people, the instance, GTS versus GTS, Kenta versus Punk, the reunion of the Golden Lovers, the whole, there's just Ishii versus Adam Cole in the tournament. I think the one for me would be Punk versus Okada, actually. Rainmaker versus Punk, but Will Ospreay gave us a classic with Moxley.
I only saw the ending. What did you think of that, by the way?
I
What
didn't get to really see it, so
the ending? It's very controversial. Uh, I I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we'll
how
get a
did it
rematch
end?
here. So
Let
Moxley,
me just go read it.
yeah, Moxley gets the pin, but Osprey clearly kicked out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, before, but they counted 3 and it was over. I'm like, he kicked out. He kicked out.
huh?
So maybe
And
we'll
will
get a
be no
rematch.
rematch.
Yeah, right.
There will clearly be a rematch.
Can we talk about a little bit? And I know there was a major announcement that kind of got buried under the lead here for the Owen Hart tournament on the men's side. But the men's side of this tournament seems pretty stacked, or like it could be.
Oh yeah,
I mean, pretty intense, man.
they really want. I think they really want the winner of this, the Owen, to be a. I mean, it's going to be like being the team. Like I think like something like the Diamond Ring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The winner of the Owens, it's going to be a big deal.
yeah,
Clearly, if people from both companies, and I think Ring of Honor people are involved, so you're getting Ring of Honor, AEW, and New Japan people,
yeah,
competing across all 3 boards.
yeah.
So, and its finals will be at Double or Nothing. So,
Did I read this right? That FTR is going to be
wrestling
an event.
each other.
Well,
First time, last time. That's what Uncle Dax said on Twitter.
Yeah, but
first time, last time, the only time.
But I saw a poster and I didn't know if it was real. Like they're doing some indie show, and apparently Bret Hart
Is going to be their
is it,
manager.
is that real? Is that legit?
It's legit. It's at an indie show.
I need to be able to find this on Fight somehow, some way. I need to be able to see this.
You'll probably somebody will have it up on IWTV or something. We'll have it. I'm sure.
I mean, when's the last time Bret has made a public appearance as far as in a wrestling match capacity?
Nah, he does stuff all the time.
Does he really?
He'll show up and wave the hand every now and then. Hey, he did it to he gave out the AEW title.
Ah,
but I mean, like big time. I mean, he hasn't done anything major, but I mean, he'll go wave the hand,
and he'll be. I mean, he's gonna be there for at least I would imagine the finale of this cup. I would imagine.
Yeah, I would hope so. What he wants for TV though, who knows?
Yeah.
To go wave the hand and
Speaking of
be the best guest ring announcer is one thing.
Speaking of TV and contracts, sounds like Bray Wyatt's got such an amazing, such a huge asking price that he's almost he's unsignable.
And he wants like massive creative control. But apparently this is what they gave Cody.
Yeah.
They backed up the money truck and gave Cody money and a lot of creative freedom and a bus and all the things. So
there a chance he can go back? You think he goes back?
I mean, he's clearly someone you, I think, want.
Yeah.
I mean, a massively creative guy. I mean, I don't know about the Fiend character itself. They overpowered the character so, incredibly that he's just like invincible. And that's, that's not tangible. Need to step it back, but
yeah,
I'm curious. I'd be into it. But I'd love to see him in AEW.
I mean, I don't know if I'm reading too much into
it. He would be the inheritor of the he would be the inheritor of the Dark Order, of course.
Well, yeah, it does make me wonder if the price tag is just too steep for Tony.
Until more revenue comes in some way for them. I mean, the thing is, I've heard he's on the verge of he's apparently talking to Time Warner Media about a TV deal for Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So get them on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's one more revenue stream, pays more people. But then streaming.
Yeah.
God, if you get some streaming, that's huge money, more money there.
Yeah. Make it work, Tony. Make it work.
But I mean, the roster is very inflated, and they're starting to see some people leave. You know, their contracts are coming around; they're not being renewed, or they're being renewed at a.
Yeah.
They're coming in at a different rate or whatever.
I mean,
you got to remember, there's still Miro, Orange Cassidy. I mean, a bunch of people are on the sideline right now.
Kenny
Omega.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, Kenny coming back to New Japan. Oh man.
So does Kenny enter this tournament?
The Owen? Ooh,
yeah.
I don't know. Wow.
Or is it that we see him for the first time on June 26th?
I think it would be more likely that we see him for the first time.
Okay.
In some capacity, or somebody comes out there and they're like, all right, Osprey, or somebody's like, who's going to wrestle me? And then Omega, and then Battle Cry hits, and everybody goes nuts.
And it breaks wrestling Twitter.
Yeah, instantaneously.
Yeah.
But get the Butcher, Wardlow. This is again interesting. MJF is in the skybox. Throwing popcorn at people.
I'm like, I love MJF, but come on. Ben's been retired. Big Ben retired. Find someone else to, pick up. But I do love that he gives these sports towns all the smoke when he comes in. Like he just came in just breathing fire. Look, I love watching the Butcher work.
He is pretty great. Although did not give much of a helping hand to Wardlow with the power bombs.
He sure did not. He made Wardlow do all the
work. But the thing is, that's like at your own detriment.
Right.
That's like you need to be helping.
Right. Yeah.
Unless you want to get dropped on your noggin like Kevin Nash dropped the Giant.
Speaking of Kevin Nash, who would have thought in this whole Johnny Depp, Amber Heard? So Johnny
what
Depp
happened?
So Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard, like there were allegations that he was abusive or whatever, and he was defending himself. So basically, in the trial, I guess part of it were Amber Heard's kind of outside of the marriage relationships, and Kevin Nash was being tossed around as someone who that she was spending lots of time with, and so he's been all over Twitter with pictures of him and Amber Heard from back. They were filming some movie together. Maybe it was it Magic Mike or one of these?
Yeah, movies? He was in Magic Mike.
Old... man, Big Daddy Cool, making it happen.
Legendary Horse Cock Express.
Yeah, but yeah, I did not have Kevin Nash on my Johnny Depp Amber Heard bingo card. That was not there.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the Dixie Club for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. In the Dixie Carter Club, and he's in quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to be called, Big Sexy for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like these wrestling names don't come from nowhere.
I'm just
Nature Boy.
I was just thinking he and Nature Boy jousting.
Oh my God. Jesus, Jerry. Oh. My God.
Uh,
Talk about an all sorts of plane ride from
oh.
a different part of hell. Woo.
Is Cinnamon Girl watching? Because she
No.
she must like
Just turned it off.
rightfully so.
Done with
Good,
these guys. Done with these guys.
Very smart girl. Smart girl. Cinnamon
But
Girl.
anyway, Wardlow beats him up eventually, gets the power bombs in, but not much help from the Butcher,
No.
and gets the win. But then MJF's had some words later, but Kyle O'Reilly in the meantime and Jungle Boy have a hell of a wrestling match.
A heck of a match. I mean, and I think I text you, man, but Kyle O'Reilly.
Wonder what those words of wisdom there were before he went down the ramp.
Well, whatever they were.
The touching words of wisdom after the match. Who knows what those were either.
Yeah. But Kyle O'Reilly, man, that guy can wrestle. I mean,
violent artist.
I mean, I'm watching him work and I'm like, please, wrestling gods, at some point give me Danielson O'Reilly.
Oh yeah.
Give me that.
You'll get it at some point in time.
Yeah.
And trust me, when the Undisputed Elite goes into a war with Combat Club, it'll be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, it's going to happen eventually, right?
Who do you like? I know we've talked about Lee Moriarty, but who do you like as some of the next potential members of the Combat Club?
I don't know. Maybe Lee Moriarty, but I mean, I kind of would love to see them just kind of roll like this for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until somebody is impressive.
I have a feeling that Brock Anderson is going to get a look. Yeah. Yeah.
I just need to see some more. He has like no personality.
None.
And not to say Dad had a ton, but he meant business.
But his in-ring
spoke for itself.
Yeah.
But when he did have to talk,
yeah,
he meant business, and you knew it was.
Yeah,
we're gonna get in there. We're gonna have a wrestling match. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah,
the enforcer is gonna speak, and I just don't see that. No. Where's the enforcer?
Right. Yeah, he's got to carve his own identity. I mean, right now he is just Arn Anderson's son.
Correct.
I don't know how he does that, but I think the kid's got ability. I'm just not compelled by him. And I'm not actually compelled by Lee Moriarty right now either. I think Lee Moriarty is very talented. I'm kind of like, what's your personality? Who are you? What's kind of what makes you tick? I don't get that from him right now.
Yeah, I'm struggling for that.
Yeah,
and eventually we'll get there. But later on we get to I guess the MJF thing, offering a giant fat wad of money to Jake the Snake.
Why are they putting a microphone in that man's
face?
Give
Jake starts talking. Where did this go? Like,
I'm confused.
Flabbergasted?
Hell is for children. What? What?
It's gonna be like when you had to tell the doctor you fell off the swing set. Daddy told you to fall off the. Oh no! I know he was like an abused child too, which is like, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you feel for the man, and it's like, oh my god, what's happening here?
Yeah,
it's like he's letting us in on a story some wild story that only he knows about and has been going on.
I guarantee you, somebody went to Lance and said, "Get in there right now."
Yes. And that's when he's like slapped the microphone out of his hand. Just gotta kick his ass.
So apparently Jake is back and Dan Lambert's out as
Well,
the handler.
never has been out.
I mean, but Dan was kind of the substitute handler for a couple matches,
I
and
think that he came in and to give it a little bit more main event
yeah,
gravitas
yes,
per
well,
se. I think that was the whole thing there.
here's the thing. I love Jake the Snake, and we've talked about that. How Swerve kind of you feel like he's kind of got a little Jake the Snake in his in kind of the way he's able
In
to,
his
but
in ring,
yeah. But Jake the Snake, the old man Jake, dude, what is it? He and Arn Anderson, they should give Arn and Jake the Snake like their own YouTube. They need their own vlog where they're just saying old man things into the microphone.
That was so strange. It was bizarre.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's just bizarre.
And I'm like, thank God, Lance, you saved this, brother.
Saved it. Then Hook comes out and beats the crap out of Anthony Henry.
Anthony Henry, who's apparently no slouch, which he
apparently is because he just got demolished. Hook just tosses him all over the place. Man, Hook is just so impressive. It's just
yeah.
And then it's like, Pimmy and there's the whole thing like, well, it's wrestling, but no, he's really good at it.
Yeah.
He's clearly very, very, very gifted at this.
Mm-hmm.
And he has natural ring charisma. That's not just sometimes you can't, those things don't just happen.
Yeah.
Like we were watching, to my horror and chagrin, to see that Logan Paul has incredible ring charisma.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's sometimes you just have it, and Hook has it for sure.
And he is strong for his size. He's not slight, but he's lean, but he's like a strong, lean guy and agile.
They don't technically skilled. I think his size is deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. His size is deceiving. He doesn't look entirely big. He's 6 foot 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6 foot 200 pound ripped guys are extremely strong.
Yeah.
So it's just because he doesn't look like Dave Bautista.
Right.
That's like some people who are like, oh, I think Brock Lesnar takes bigger dumps than him. And I'm like, yeah, these are the size guys you'd never want to get in fights with, ever.
Speaking of Dave Bautista, kind of taking a little detour, have you seen the new Thor trailer, Love and Thunder?
Not seen it.
Oh, got to see it, man. Got to see that trailer. But we get Hook, and then after this match,
Danhausen attempts to, at some point before the match ends, Danhausen appears and attempts to try to curse Hook again, without fail, and Hook just chokes Mr. Henry out. And afterwards, Danhausen gets on the mic and says he's had enough.
Yeah.
And he's going to wrestle you. Danhausen did. I will say this. This is the closest I've ever seen to Hook breaking.
Yeah.
Because he clearly smiled.
Yeah.
But then, so this will be a match. But also remember, Tony Nese was watching from the side this whole time.
Yeah. With smart Mark Sterling.
I am wondering if Tony Nese is going to look to screw the Hook in his match with Danhausen here. That's just like what my gut's just screaming at me.
And then you could see a Tony Nese Hook.
Oh yeah, Hook. A little Hook program.
Well, because Tony Nese has always got it in for guys who are getting more
attention.
More attention. And who's getting more attention
than Hook?
Yeah. So
nobody.
I mean, that would be a great test. But I'm excited to see Danhausen in the
I think
ring.
everybody's going to be wildly surprised because Danhausen can go.
Yeah. Well, and he was in actual wrestling gear. I think it's the first time I've seen him in wrestling gear
Oh yeah,
in AEW. And
didn't see the jar of teeth, but
no.
I'm sure it will be produced
Mhm.
when necessary.
Yeah.
But
You've got mail.
it's about time to go to bed. Oh, it's time to eat
Yeah.
something, Jerry.
Oh, little snack time, huh?
Still trying on the program. Easter dinner was a major failure, but
Hey,
just a cheat day. It's all right. Just
that's
like
all it is.
wrestling, holidays.
Mhm.
Easter counts as like one of those.
That's right, 100%, man.
Hop back on the horse, at the times. Kazarian makes an appearance. Remember, I was astounded that Kazarian was ranked ahead of CM Punk. Well, he finally makes a television appearance. I guess the gods are listening.
Mhm.
They decided to put him on television after I said, Jesus Christ, this guy hasn't even been on TV this year.
Right.
And he's Scorpio Sai says, hey, I know you want a match, but take a back seat for me. And he says, okay.
What a guy, that Frankie Kazarian. It just goes to show you
what a jump.
The
Frank
AEW
Kazarian, what a jump.
Yeah, what a jump. The rankings don't make any sense. And I think, no, come on. Like,
so then Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti are in the ring, and boy, they have just gone full everybody.
All in
Heels now. Screw everybody. It's us. It's the two little birds in the hurricane.
I mean, imagine that that people hate them so much that now you've got potentially Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and even Dan Lambert kind of in a mini face turn, temporary face turn.
Did you not hear the crowd erupt when Ethan Page just took the microphone and
that dude
started to speak?
That dude's a star, man. They need to unleash him.
All about the ego, baby.
Yeah.
He needs to be pushed. Pushed in a big way.
Yeah, 100%.
The guy is clearly like a star. Natural charisma with a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just undeniable. I remember the first time I saw him when I had just come back. My comeback, I guess, to AEW to me was sad. It's Brody. Brody passing away was what got me back.
Oh wow!
And I remember watching, and then I remember the first time I saw he cut a promo. I was watching when he cut a promo, and I was like, "Shit, who is this guy? This guy is a natural heel." But I mean, he could even be a natural good guy, I think, if he wanted to be.
Yeah.
But he's actually just such a likable person.
Yeah.
Like he's a real person.
Right.
But I mean, as a heel, though, my God, what charisma.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got it. I actually love this spot. And I appreciate Sammy and Ty just saying, okay, let's just lean into this very, annoying ass, Gen Y couple or whatever.
Horrible couple that we just don't want to see.
Yeah.
Just shove it in our faces.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a watcher. Maybe it's the Cinnamon Girl. Are you out there? Are you out there, our friend? But yeah. And then the House of Black comes out. I guess are we done? Are we done with this whole thing? I mean, so he gives them the match, but they have to have a 4-way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a mixed.
Give us the 4-way match.
Yeah, give us that mixed tag. So it'll be I'm assuming all
Paige
all
Van
ego.
Zant and one
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
versus oh, we lost our viewer. I guess it wasn't the Cinnamon Girl.
It was a bot.
Goodbye, robot.
It was Ty, and we were talking trash on her, so she left.
There you go, robot.
Yeah.
Who's Ty Conti?
I tell you what, I I think we ought to just start the Be Mad Mafia. I love I hate them, but I love to hate them. I'm actually so thrilled that they are just leaning into this. Um, I needed someone I could truly hate, and I hate them. And I
They
and
are
I'm
awful.
so yeah, they're just awful humans. Awful characters, not awful humans, awful characters. And God bless them for giving me someone to hate.
So they're gonna have a ladder match.
Yeah.
All right. I hope it's good. Like I said, I really just want the whole Sammy thing. And then Dan.
Well, I'm
Give me all
disappointed.
ego by himself, or with or just him and Sky. That's
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
need any of that.
Yeah. They don't need someone to speak on their behalf.
Yeah.
They're both pretty good on the stick.
Right.
So let's just
Well, then, so then the House of Black thing. What do you think of this? I don't really. It's like, who are they talking about?
see. I'm like, are they talking to Pac? Like who? Like who?
I don't know.
Yeah.
At some point, this is a little confusing.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm curious. Like who is it? At one point I thought it was Punk, and then I thought maybe it was Moxley. I don't know. I don't. Man. I would love the Combat Club versus the House of Black. Give me that. Give me that all day. Give me that all damn day.
Oh, that'd be really good.
But yeah, like any idea who you think they might be referring to?
I've been trying to I'm almost baffled. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, could be. I think it could be the Dark Order too.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. I'd like to see them do something that's not just comedy,
Right.
Not just be goofs.
Mm.
I do like the idea that somebody's going to come back and take over the Dark Order again.
Yeah.
Considering there are untold numbers of Dark Order members that are still had never been revealed.
I feel like I need to go back and watch
the whole saga.
Well, I need to watch the House of Black promos again because I'm wondering if there are any Easter eggs, any hints that I've been missing.
Could be.
I'm like, now this is a stretch, but could they actually be talking to someone who's not currently there?
That could be someone who's incoming. Interesting.
Miro, maybe.
Oh, like I said, it would be so awesome if Miro was. I want Miro to join one of these factions at some point. But be Blackpool Combat Club, House of Black, something. One of them would be awesome.
Yeah.
Then we go to the returning Dr. Britt Baker. D.
It was good to see her back.
It was, man. Her entrance is one of the best in wrestling. Period.
What do you think of the match? What do you think?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't have as much ring rust as I thought she would.
She looked decent. I loved I can't remember her name, that her opponent.
Danielle Kamala.
Yeah. I love the fact that she's just like leaning into, yep, you guys boo me, you get,
Oh yeah. Going full heel, even though Brooke, she is a heel.
Yeah. I thought Brooke looked sharp. I actually loved that she came out with Najee Harris and whoever the other Steeler was. I love the glove, you know.
They're wearing a Pittsburgh glove.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I did think it was pretty funny that like she cuts the promo and basically says the women's division has been shit since I left. And she's not wrong.
I gotta tell you that after taking all that time off, having that match and immediately getting back on the mic, you could at a certain point you could tell that she's like a little winded, and I'm like, yeah, because you just got done. You hadn't wrestled in about a month and a half, and at least you hadn't performed in a month and a half, but yeah,
I thought this was good, but I mean, then she just, I mean, I feel like she runs down the roster. I thought it was pretty awesome. She takes the time to clip everybody on the roster and then basically says, I'm going to win this thing.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I did love that Najee tried the mic and tried to say something.
Nope.
It's like, no, bro. They giving you a live mic on TV, bro. On live TV. No, it ain't happening.
We already gave Jake the mic. And
that was a massive failure.
Yeah.
Not letting you this happen again.
Yeah. So
and then we get the package with Sheeta and Deeb. We're gonna have a street fight next week.
Oh, you know how epic that's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be violent and wonderful. It's gonna be so good.
Now I hope they're both in the tournament. They need to be in this tournament.
I think they are, aren't they?
I mean,
I kind of wanted them in the finals, but
that would be too perfect. Yeah. So who do you have? I mean, I'm predicting that Britt Baker is going to win this thing.
Could be. I mean, I kind of want to see who all qualifies. I mean,
yeah.
If they're going to have the finals of this thing at Double or Nothing, that means they kind of need to be probably getting around to rounding out the brackets.
Yeah.
At least for the ladies, anyway.
Dude, FTR.
I know.
Cash and Dax going up against each other. Jeez.
First time, last time, only time.
Man.
Oh, Dax is going to win. You know he is.
Yeah.
But that means he'll probably put Cash over.
I mean, dude, that's going to be something to watch, man.
It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Actually, you ever heard about the story of how they met?
No.
They had apparently, like, I think, maybe had like met once or like, like from afar. WWE tryout, whatever, at the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm. And
they're literally like, you're having quick little matches. It's like, they're like, all right, you two get in the ring, go.
Yep.
And they just started wrestling. They just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. They're like, certainly, like they're going to tell us to go home. No, like everybody was watching. They kept going and kept going and kept going. And apparently it was like 15, 20 minutes before they were like, finally like, all right. Yeah. And like he said, everybody in the whole place is watching. And it's like, they naturally just like had chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's the first time they ever really met and talked. And now look at them.
Wow.
One of the world's greatest tag teams.
They are pretty incredible.
Then we go to the coffin match.
Man.
This is pretty violent, pretty awesome.
Sting is just out of control, man. I love Tony. What is he doing?
Oh God, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is the old man doing? Oh, it's just like, I just love it. Like, the no-sell chair shot.
I mean, when he hit him with, because he caught him flush with that chair, and he just was like, oh.
That's classic. One of the best I think I've ever seen was him and Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett had, I think, hit him with the guitar, and there was a table in the ring, and suplexed him through the table, and just like the instantaneous pop up and scaring of poor terrified Double J was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And Sting is just an all-time master of the no sell.
Man, yeah.
And then just that he's just diving off balcony. It's just I mean, what are they doing with him? Like, they're like, all right, just walk into the arena, start looking around, and just Sting's like, I'll jump off that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I mean,
Right?
basically I love any match that Darby's in. To me, it's just a showcase for Sting, where Sting's like, I don't want to do all that other crap, but I'll jump off a balcony if you need me to. Like,
well, he basically has said that, he's like, look, I can't go in there and you can't go in the ring, give you 60 minutes in Broadway in the ring. But I can do the cinematic match. I can do some of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, we can do it in a sparing way. I'm game. But this eventually does get back to the ring, and Andrade kind of beats the living tar out of
Oh, yeah, he did.
Darby here for a while. And then that suplex on the ramp.
Oh, man.
Some rough stuff.
I mean,
what do you think of the finish here, and the unveiling that the inside of the coffin is covered with tacks?
Well, because I was wondering, I did think that Andrade must have had caught a splinter or something. Yeah, that was unnecessary, I think, to be honest. Especially Jose coming out and stripping.
It was a device to get Jose suplexed onto.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the whole, you can't reverse engineer something for James Bond.
Right.
Just so he has it.
Right.
It needs to actually make sense. But I don't know. It was a little convoluted, maybe, but there were some good points to this match. I did think the Hardys needed to come out. What was that about?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping to see them. Oh, look who's here as we're getting ready to wrap up.
Hey. Sorry, I'm late. She's here. What's up? Holla.
What's up? CG in the building.
What did you think of the old show, the Dynamite there, Cinnamon Girl?
Yeah, Cinnamon Girl, did you watch it?
She's like, no, I don't want to type for you guys.
I got to tell you, AEW's been on a run with some of the one-liners. I know that, Jake the Snake, even though Hell is for Children was one that just stands out to me.
Oh, my God. Like I said, the old man in the microphone. She says deep sigh. No, not yet. I gotcha. There's very much a cringe moment. Jake the Snake, it's the mic.
Yeah. I mean,
you're gonna want to not listen to it,
but when
because you're gonna be like, oh my God, what is he talking about?
Juxtapose that to from last week with Nyla Rose, like, I love cake and violence.
Oh, I love that. That was wonderful. But that was just a little weird.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a pretty good bounce back from the Satnam Singh thing, which was clearly a failure. And he was better in the Battle of Belts.
Oh. Now his presence there, though, that was pretty cool. I kind of like it. I kind of, man, Samoa Joe, that dude could cut a promo.
Oh God, yes.
Oh man,
he's like such a. I mean, he's one of those people you want him around, even if he's not going to wrestle, just on commentary. Just his ability to book matches, everything. He's a multi-talented person.
I mean,
And he's one of the most intense talkers there is.
very cinematic is what I came away like, oh man, that dude could cut a voiceover for all kinds of crap if he wanted to. The guy just has it. So yeah, give me him and Jay Lethal. Was Nyla maybe?
Oh no! I don't know. Not sure.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to some Marilyn Manson.
Man, talk about a guy that turned out to be horrifying. Don't want to like all these people are. It's you're turning out the Hollywood behind the scenes is very, very bad.
What's his story? What's
he is a abuse. He was a psychological abuser of several girlfriends.
Oh, wasn't he with Rose McGowan? Did they have a thing?
So. Evan Rachel Wood was one of the main ones who spoke out.
No,
it's not good. Anyways, back to wrestling. What were you saying, Jerry?
What's Evan Rachel Wood? The show on HBO,
Westworld.
Westworld. They got a new season coming out next year, don't they?
Oh yeah,
in 2023.
Been cranking for a little while.
You gonna watch?
Watch the first one. It was like one of my favorite movies. Me and my dad would watch it when it was on.
Oh yeah, with Yul Brynner.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
and it's just a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those ones. Hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where there's like a lot of sex, and it's like if you're not like watching it in the right company, it's like weird.
Yeah. That was definitely a watch after dark kind of thing when everybody's a bit bed thing.
It was like I remember like I was trying to watch Rome. And it's like my wife at the time came in and was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, I swear it's not pornography.
Well, see, it never fails. They walk in on a show that you watch, and it's always like either gratuitous sex or gratuitous violence.
Yeah.
And you're like,
so just stick with wrestling.
Yeah.
Just weird old wrestling.
Yeah. Or all the violence is gratuitous.
Yes. But big news, of course, the New Japan pay-per-view. I mean, is this the step towards the WrestleMania we wanted?
I think it is. I think it starts to, to open that that possibility. Yeah.
United Center, big.
My initial thought was, Jeff, are we going to Chicago?
Going to Chicago in June. Boy, I just bought tickets for the Kansas City show. Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I hate that I'm not going to be here for that. But work calls, man.
You're just gonna have to. Where are you going? Toronto.
Yeah.
Major international city. You'll have to just enjoy that.
Yeah. Toronto, and then I think I'll have to double back and go to LA that following week.
Look at you, jet setter.
So then maybe what I need to do is just end in Chicago, just kind of end the month.
Double or nothing.
But it'll be cheaper to watch it on pay-per-view and, watch it from the comfort of a couch and,
Definitely. It'll be amazing. I can't wait. I mean, just like I said, the dream. There's just a dream lineup of matches to have. I mean, Tanahashi, Okada, these guys, Ishii. Incredible. Not to mention Suzuki. Will Ospreay. I mean, the United Empire, all these guys. I mean, Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. This could be one of the greatest pay-per-views ever if they do it right.
I mean, but have we seen any evidence to suggest that they won't?
I don't know. I think that everything shows that they'll do it right.
I mean, this you know what it, and this is as someone who's not as familiar with New Japan, this definitely feels like this is all about deep cut. This is for wrestling fans only. You know, if you're,
I think it's going to be for the people, especially the people that've been paying attention, the people who know Bullet Club and Bullet Club history, who know especially I mean, and there's massive Ring of Honor in New Japan had a very strong relationship for a very long time. So, that's just, if they're going to play on that huge, and, I mean, just the fact that I think that Punk Rainmaker is like Okada is like the no-brainer. I mean, this is the two biggest stars ever, that have never wrestled. They have to wrestle,
Yeah.
The biggest star in the history of New Japan, one of the biggest stars in the history of pro wrestling. They need to wrestle. I mean, this is also this is the guy that Kenny Omega. I mean, he's got 5-star, legacy. I want to see him and Punk wrestle.
So if you're booking Omega for this event, and I think we can only assume that he will be
Ibushi,
on the card. Yeah, I was gonna say, who do you want? Who do you book him against?
I mean, it's tough. You might have him wrestle Jay White. I mean, and like I said, the angle of like a Bullet Club Civil War would be pretty awesome. Yeah. Like I said, there's just so many guys. I mean, all I'm really hoping this is a major thing that gets the Good Brothers back to AEW.
Yeah,
the Good Brothers aren't on this pay-per-view. Right.
They'll be there.
Better be.
They'll be there.
Better be. If you know, I'm a Good Brothers mark. So. Can't tell. Anyways, well, thank you everybody for watching. Hit us up on the old tweet skis down there.
I always go the wrong way.
The old Twitter, and thanks for joining. Thank you for watching Cinnamon Girl. Appreciate it.
CG.
Man, maybe we'll be on to talk after Rampage. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's do it.
If not, we'll see you next time. Marked for life.
Deuces.